doing this video to help someone out there who is facing fear, stress, pressure, anxiety because of COVID-19. One word to tell someone who is isolated right now. During this crazy period, during this crazy season, I was isolated. I was isolated because they were thinking that I had meningitis. Meningitis, for those who doesn't know, it's a disease, or actually a virus in the brain. It's like a form of inflammation in the brain, causing severe headaches and neck pain. And this pain is really disturbing. Comes also with coughing and things like that. So the doctor decided to isolate me, far from my family, far from my loved one. People around me were stressed because many people thought that I have COVID-19. They told me I had to keep a mask on my face and I have to be isolated to avoid other people to get contaminated. It's important to have specific people during this time of the season. During the time of isolation, it's important to have the right person around you, people who will lead you to prayer. People that you have to surround yourself with must be people who will prompt you to keep faith. I remember when I was isolated in that hospital, nobody could have come see me, my parents, my loved one, until God did something. God allowed my pastor to enter my room and touch the doctor's heart. So what happened is my parent came, my family, my loved one came to pray for me during those times. Later, the doctor started realizing that my meningitis wasn't even there anymore. It wasn't anything that was showing that I had meningitis anymore. I'm telling you, faith can change circumstances. When you have a positive attitude, when you keep hope, I'm telling you, God can do something. I'm telling someone whose family or loved one are isolated or put in a place where they cannot really see them, I just want to tell you to keep faith, to have an attitude of prayer. Because faith always works with prayer. You cannot pray without having faith. You cannot pray without having faith. If you pray without faith, your prayer has no power. During the time of isolation, it's important to focus on what God promised you, in the promise of God, because the promise of God is what will keep you strong during this tough time. During this tough time, it's important to not focus on the situation of the present moment more than the promise of God for the future moment. Daniel was isolated. He was by himself during that time of struggle, during that time of loneliness. God did a miracle. He protected him in the midst of lions, in that dome of lions. He did the same thing for me when I was isolated in that hospital. I'm telling you, in that hospital, God was there and it did a miracle. And that's why now I'm healthy. Now I recovered. Now I'm healed. It's because of one person, Jesus Christ. I want to encourage someone who has a loved one who's isolated right now. I want to encourage you to keep faith, to know that God will do a miracle. God can do a miracle. Keep faith. Continue praying for him and you will see God's hand. In these last days, in this last season, in this last period of time, God is looking for people who will keep faith, who will finish the race. I hope that person is you. May God bless you.